Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel, Mantalk here. Today we're going to do a short flight in the Cessna 182 in IFR. We're going to be flying from Torp to Gothenburg, or ESGG. It's roughly 124 nautical miles. This is southern Norway, by the way, Oslo being just here and Gardermoen being up yonder. We're going to be doing this with the new GTN 750 GPS unit from Flight1, which actually you can install into the A2A Cessna 182, and I've taken a flight with it already, and I can say it is incredible. It's something that's going to enhance your IFR flying in this particular aircraft immensely, and it can also be used in the 2D cockpit of any other aircraft that you want, as far as I know. So it obviously is not modeled in the 3D cockpits of every single add-on out there, of course, but it can be used in the 2D function, I believe. But A2A, being the beasts, the awesome beasts that they are, have actually taken a thought to properly modeling so that it gives their aircraft, their new 182, the Flight1 GTN 750 functionality, and I believe the 650 as well is also modeled, but today we're going to be using the 750. This is going to be an introductional flight to the 750, and in all IFR videos in the 182 from now on I will be using that system, that GPS system. So you could say I'm starting to graduate away from the steam gauges for IFR, because flying in IFR these days you do need a bit more advanced avionics than just bare steam gauges. Even a basic Garmin GPS unit is mandatory probably. Not saying you can't fly steam gauges, but it's the natural progression of my learning, and I think it's really going to be fun to jump in and have fun with this system. So I've just got this open in Plan G, just so that you can see the terrain of where we're going to and coming to. This is going to be across the border into Sweden, so I believe this blue line right here is the border between Norway and Sweden, and we'll be landing there. Let's just swap over to Plan G and you can see it better. So there you can see the border between Norway and Sweden, and you can see the really cool thing in the GTN 750 is you can plan in SIDS and stars, and these waypoints as well. I'm not sure if it can plug in the airways. It would be really good if they were able to plug in airways, but so far I've only tried to plug in waypoint to waypoint, and that's worked very, very well. I had a lot of fun last night with Eric, just flying non-precision approaches and stuff. So yeah, this is going to be my route. I'm going to be taking a southerly departure from Torp. We're going to be following the SID to Bomgu. We're going to be following the Bravo Oscar Mike Golf 1 Golf, the Bomg 1 Golf, SID to the Bomgu waypoint, and then if we're able to plug in the airways, we'll plug in airway Zulu 132, and we'll be going to Xcenter. I can't even pronounce that. It's not supposed to be pronounced. Direct to Kellin, and then to Maxiv, and then I believe that point. Kellin is actually my last waypoint on the flight plan, and then I begin my star, which is the Kelly 1 Tango star into Gothenburg. So it's going to be really fun. I'm going to do this offline because this is the first time that I'm going to be doing this. So I'm just kind of getting a feel for the Garmin unit, and just to see what functionality it has. If you look on VATSIM, yeah, boom. Actually, we have full. I really shouldn't have showed you this, guys, because then you'll think I'm an absolute wuss, which I kind of am. But anyway, yeah, weirdly we have full ATC coverage for the route that I'm going to be flying, which is not that normal for this part of the world. Yeah, I say ATC in Europe on VATSIM is going pretty crazy right now. I mean, we've got actually, yeah, the area controller for England just signed off. You've got Northern France area controller, approach controller there. It's a bit weird, but yeah, that's where will be flying, but we're going to be doing it offline. I have tried IFR in commuter jets and other things in the past, and it's not gone too well. But anyway, let's jump in the aircraft without much further ado and get started. Okay folks, welcome back to the video here. We are now at Torp in the Cessna 182 on a cold and frosty November morning. This is my new livery for the aircraft. This is G-Cube. Welcome G-Cube. Please join me in welcoming this new aircraft to my channel. Beautiful livery, by the way. This was produced by a guy called Tin Sharnhop, or Sharnhop. Apologies if I got that pronunciation wrong, but great guy on the A2A forums who was producing some liveries, and I'm actually, in terms of paint schemes and liveries, I find the process very difficult, and it annoys me quite a lot, to be honest. And so I asked if he could produce me a custom skin, and I asked if I could have it as a registration G-Cube, and he was very kind and said yeah, and so here it is. So thank you to you, Tim, and I dedicate this video to you, since that you were good enough to produce the skin for me. So without much further ado, we have started the engine already. We've gone all the way up to the normal takeoff checklist, and you can see before me on the panel there the GTN Garmin 750 by Flight1. This is, have already come to realize and will continue to realize, is an incredible piece of software. Basically what it does is it slots itself in your radio stack, and it actually your nav1 and com1 disappear, and you've only now got your nav2 active, nav2 active, nav2 standby, com2 active, and com2 standby. So you've lost one of those. You have one left, and you've still got the rest of the instruments further down below. But basically, your com1 and your com1 and standby, and nav1 and nav1 standby are actually incorporated into the touchscreen of your aircraft. This is incredible. By the way, folks, if you want this to pop out, you just click on the side of the panel there, and it actually pops out as a 2D screen. So if you're actually in this view here and you don't want to click down for any particular reason, or you want to see a bigger version of the panel, you can just pop that up there and click. It is very, very intuitive, very clicky. It clicks smoothly, so if I want to go to map, oh, isn't going to take me to map. Yeah, there we go. So it just took me to the map. There I am at Torp. Let's just zoom out. And there we are. And since we're not moving, it hasn't really found our direction, but that's fine. So let's go back. Thank you. Terrain not available because the terrain is only the US is the continental US, I believe, is the only place in the world that has proper terrain. And if you want the entire globe's terrain, you actually have to buy, I think, the real package from Garmin. So you're actually plugging in real Garmin terrain data into a sim, which is quite cool. But anyway, so as you can see, this is the menu. This is your comms system here, which makes a lot of sense. It's beautiful, like that. Anyway, let us begin by going to flight plan. So I did do this I've done this once before with Eric yesterday, so let's see if I can do it again. Let's just go and find my waypoints. Actually, no, I can go and find them from here instead. So my waypoints is Bomgoo is my first waypoint. So add waypoint, Bomgoo, like so, enter. And there is Bomgu. Isn't that amazing? Next waypoint is Exenta. Pronounce that? Not supposed to. So that's Exenta. That's right, in Sweden. So it's actually it knows where that is. That's cool. Sorry, excuse me. Add waypoint again. Let's go. Next one is Kellen. Don't know why it makes that ding. I don't know why it makes that now and then. Maybe it's because I don't click it hard enough. And after that, let's go to our SIDS stars. Let's put our star in first. Let's go back. Let's go procedure, which is where we do our stars. Arrival. Let's do our arrival. Is going to be at airport ESGG. ESGG. Enter. Okay, so now it gives us a list of stars, and if you saw earlier, we were going to select the Kelly 1 Tango. So there it is in the list. That's right. And then we hit load arrival, and it will now plonk the arrival star into our flight plan, which is really cool. So this is like the route page on our FMC, if you like. And to drag, yeah, you click and hold to drag the list up and down. Right, so let's go back, and we go to procedures, and let's go departure. Ento departure is going to be the Baki 1 Golf, I believe. Yeah, no, Bomb 1 Golf. So it's Bomb 1 Golf. There we go. Boom. It's going to be like that. We hit load departure, and boom. So runway 18, and it has the points up to Bomgu, and then it continues on the route. So that's all very cool. Let's go back. Let's hit map. And what you can actually do on the map as well is you can click and drag. Oh well, you click once and that disappears, and then you can. I think you can click and drag. I was able to click and drag. Maybe if I zoom out. Yeah, you're able to click and drag like that. So really, really, really well designed this. So there's our star. There's we fly down, and then our SID starts from Kellen, and it goes in through Maxiv to ESGG. Right, so just before we take off, let's just double check my runway. Let's go procedure, approach, that's what we need to do. ESGG, our approach is going to be landing runway 21, ILS 21, approach vector transition vectors. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll just say vectors. Yeah. Load approach. GPS guidance is for monitoring only. Yep. Okay. Like so. And when we get closer, we will activate the approach, I believe. But don't quote me on too much at the moment, guys, because I've just started this yesterday. Right, let's click on the side panel to put that back in. Let's just go back to our cockpit view. Right, in terms of nav aids, that has all been sorted out in the GPS, so we don't actually have to tune a nav aid until we get closer to for our arrival ILS frequency to plug that in. In fact, no, I'll do that when I'm in en route, just because it's fun that way. One last thing we're going to do before we're going to take off is I'm just going to check my runway. Okay, let's just set my runway heading, and we will depart using our nav. We'll depart on nav navigation, and as soon as we're clear, we will hit GPS and then the navigation will change from just nav to GPS. Altitude, let's just say 45 minutes. Let's say let's just call it 10,000 feet. Let's climb up to 10,000 feet and have some fun. Okay, right. To get going, let's just say normal takeoff checklist. We're going to have flaps 0 to 20. I'm just going to put flaps 10 degrees, in fact. Power is going to be full throttle and 2400 RPM. Mixture rich. Elevator control, lift nose wheel, climb speed is 70 knots, and then retract the wing flaps. So let's just center my yellow needle there. Okay, so here we are holding, and we're just going to turn onto the runway to the right. Let's just look at that normal takeoff checklist again. Mixture rich. Let's just push that to rich mixture. Let's just pull onto the runway here. And this is a short field takeoff aircraft, so I have no qualms about taking off on this length of runway. Let's just... okay, there we go, full throttle and 2400 RPM. Just pull that back to about 2400 RPM slightly. There we go, that looks about right. And boom, we're already up. Check that out. Let's just do some trimming. Just hold our nose and we'll climb out at 80 knots. I'm going to bring flaps up now. Yeah, climb out at 80 knots actually is fine. That was actually, I should have done the short field takeoff, but that's fine. Let's just switch over to nav. Oh, sorry, to GPS, and put the autopilot on. Put it into heading mode, and there we go. Let's just bring up my panel, and we're going to start flying. Let's just go back. Yeah, there we go, there we go. So we're now flying, we need to be flying track. Oh no, that's the right track. Okay. So we are 900. Let's just pull my mixture back to 75%. Should be good. Pull my propeller back ever so slightly as well. Climb of 900 feet per minute is okay. We're a little bit on the fast side, but that's okay. Let's go and have a look at this message. Airspace alert, airspace entry in less than 10 minutes. So this actually will alert you as to the different airspaces that you're coming into, which is really cool. Just hit 2,000 feet now. So we're actually climbing out on the SID right now, which is really cool in an aircraft this size. And we have a beautiful sunrise this morning. Not a cloud in the sky, which is very, very, very unlike real Norwegian weather. I'm actually not flying with real world weather at the moment because I didn't want the wind speeds to be messing me up. So I didn't want to like mess that much up with this is just an introductory for this panel. So this is what we're going to be using basically in this aircraft for IFR from this point onwards. So the en route climb checklist. Airspeed is 85 to 95. Actually it's a little bit high, so look, I will change my airspeed in a second, but look, left turn to 080 in 2 seconds, 1 second, boom. It's going to start turning now, so we need to reset our HSI course needle to 080. So let's do that. Which is done. And our heading bug to 080. And boom. And the aircraft is now turning. And the aircraft is actually using the HSI needle. But we just have to, it's not actively tracking the HSI needle as such. It's actually tracking this GPS track. We are just setting the HSI needle to every new heading that we need to, so that if we have to pull out the autopilot or we have to pull off GPS, we've got our heading bugs and our heading bug and our HSI needle on the track that we are currently flying. So it's just keeping a clean cockpit basically. So now you see the aircraft is turned there. Let's just zoom in and have a look. at that. It's slightly off, but I'm sure it will correct itself in time. So, in terms of a few other... I was going to fix my speed, wasn't I? Let's just select about 1,100 and maybe 1,200 ascent rate. That should be fine. Let's just have an outside view. Probably looking pretty good. Welcome to Norway. Very beautiful. FTX Norway is going to be out soon, hopefully, and I'm really going to enjoy that because it's going to look amazing. Also, the Dash shared cockpit version is going to be out soon, so Eric and I are going to have loads of fun with that. What else? Quality Wings 787, hopefully out sooner rather than later. You know, we can always dream. Yeah, so many cool things. Let's just turn my taxi light off. Beacon is still on, nav still on, strobe still on, pitot heat, of course, needs to still be on. Let's just go and have a look at my track. It's not sorted itself out there, in fact. It should stick to the track fairly well. I'm not 100%. Ooh, terrain overlay. Yeah, but it's not going to overlay the terrain. Airways off, airways low. That's cool. So it's going to actually display. Oh, that's pretty sweet. It's actually going to display the airways. Yeah, it is pretty sweet. Actually, let's just turn them off. No, not all. Sorry, off. So as you can see, it's really intuitive. It's not like something that you have to read 50,000 manuals to learn. But I've basically just jumped in and I'm kind of starting to understand. And you just click on things and it works. You know, it's not like it's terribly difficult to understand. I mean, you've got your ident button there. That's how you squawk ident. You've got your squawk, say 2136. Enter. Boom. You've just changed your squawk code. Your microphones. So if you're listening to COM1 and you also want to listen to COM2, there we go, you're monitoring COM1 and COM2, you click that and it actually updates on your panel, which is really cool. And also if you want to talk to on COM2, you can see the mic has changed over to COM2, and again it's changed over. Oh no, yeah, you have to change it manually there. Low fuel on the right tank. Oh crap. Oh, well. That's A2A for you. Well, it's not A2A, that's my fault. I should have calculated enough fuel for the flight. But if we don't have enough, I can always fill the fuel tanks in flight. Not that that's something I really want to do, but just check my speed. Let's just actually bring myself down to 1,000 feet per minute. I really want to see how this GPS unit handles the next turn, because it's got itself off-centered slightly, so I want to see how that works out. Yep, in a second it's gonna ping me a little notice. So you see the actual track is off-centered slightly. That shouldn't be like that. We should actually have a. Let's just. Oh, see, that's changing from GPS to nav. And, oh crap, what on earth was that? I have no idea. I'm not going to click that. I want to, it will actually say, it actually says right here, you can see, it's waypoint that is traveling to currently, and the next one after that. Turn right to 155 in 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. So let's see if it turns without me. Turn right now. Is it going to turn? Come on, it's going to turn, of course. Yep. Ready. Turn, baby. Turn, baby. Come on. Turn. Baby, turn. No, it didn't turn for me. That's weird. There we go. Now it's turning. Okay. That's a little bit slower than it was last night. Last night it was actually turning quicker, and it sticks to the magenta line like glue. That's what I found. But anyway, it's not too bad. It's actually, it might be that I'm doing something wrong, I'm not sure. Let's just flatten out my climb a little bit more, just to keep a respectable climb rate, -2 Celsius at the moment. So this is really beautiful, guys. Like, can you understand what we're doing right now? We are flying IFR. We're flying an IFR SID, as easy as saying Bob's my uncle, in a 182. I mean, this is a 182, folks. This isn't a 737. This is a 182. But yeah, obviously for the cruise, it's going to take about 45 minutes to get down to Gothenburg. So at some point I might break in the video so that we can. Oh, what did that just do? Did that just changed somehow? Yeah. Message. Approaching vertical profile. Start descent. What? Okay, that's obviously wrong, but that's weird. Oh, I should have armed my altitude. I'm already up at 10,000 feet and I didn't arm my altitude. That was stupid. Alright, let's come all the way down again. Let's just descend to 10,000. There we go. I'm not quite sure why it's not locking onto the track as easily. What I'll do is actually I'll have a chat with Eric while I'm in the cruise. I think he's on right now, and I'll get back to you with why. But from at the moment, I'm just going to cruise all the way, and I will see you as we begin planning for our approach. So see you in a bit, guys. Hi folks, back again. I tried to reach Eric, but he wasn't there at the moment. But basically, I just realized on looking over my instruments again, the one tiny button I had failed to push on my nav unit was the nav button. Duh! I had pressed heading so that we could do a quick heading hold as we climbed out from the runway, and in my excitement I hadn't pressed the nav button, and that is why I was just following my heading rather than following my my nav source, which of course is set to GPS, which now, as you can see if I zoom in, the nav source is now locked on very nicely to our track, and the cool thing is it's now following that track, nothing else. So whenever I get to that next waypoint, it will automatically continue on that line, regardless of what I set in as my heading bug and my my HSI bug. I just reset those to the new course every time I make a turn, just as I said, just to keep a clean cockpit. But actually, I just heard a beep. Let's see, who was that? Was that Eric? Was that Eric? It could have been Eric. Bum ba bum bum. Bum ba bum bum. Okay, let's actually give him another call just to see if he wants to come on the stream and say hello. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not, maybe not. He's probably busy. Okay, but anyway, let's just have a deeper look at this navigation system for a second. So let's just go back and let's have a look at some of these buttons. We've got charts. You click on that, and of course this would be very helpful if you're in the continental US, because so many people are texting me at the moment, because all of these charts are all available now at the approach place and stuff for the US, but nowhere else in the world. So we Europeans and everyone else other than US have to suffer that fate, unfortunately. If we go to utilities, let's have a look. You've got some planning tools, flight timers. You've got fuel planning. Ooh, clean screen. Whoa. What? That's kind of cool. Music. I've never seen this one before. XM data link fail. Okay, you probably have to connect that up to a music list on your computer or something, I don't know. But that looks really cool, and I'll have some fun with that later on. Nearest, that's probably a direct to function. NDB, ARTCC, FSS, user waypoint S space. Ooh, let's have a look at that. Okay, inside of airspace. Okay, so that tells me what airspace I'm inside. Oh, that is cool. And it comes up with a little map as well. Let's just have a look at that. Oh, that is sweet. Oh, this is so cool. So it tells me what airspace I'm in right now. Dudes, guys, this is amazing. Intersection. Let's see what this does. Okay, I'm not quite sure exactly, but anyway. So there's a lot to have fun with. Airport. Oh, so it shows me where my nearest airports are. 14 nautical miles. That's cool. It's basically like a little sat nav or GPS you get in your car. Traffic, that would be cool. Yeah, so it gives me like a traffic radar if I'm flying on VATSIM. But if I'm flying on VATSIM and I've got my what's it called, TARA on, because this does TA and RA as well. Your VATSIM traffic will actually be viewed on the live map as well. Let's go back again. Terrain, of course, is not really set because we're outside the US. Weather. Now this probably would be... Oh. Wait, what? That has the outlines of coasts and stuff. So many people texting me. That's weird. Message. Inside airspace. Okay, so it's giving me an airspace message. Let's go back. Let's go to map. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, the default screen does show the coastline, but just not as defined as the weather mode does. Charts were looked at. Flight plan, procedure, system. System status, alerts, setup, ownership. Let's go alerts. What does this do? Arrival alert, on arrival, proximity. That's cool. So you can set up an alert whenever you're approaching your thing. Altitude buffer, airspace. Okay, so it alerts me when we come in and out of these airspaces. Audio, click volume. Not sure that helps. You can hear the clicking sound as I click. I'm not sure that I can backlight, manual offset. Oh, that's cool. Not that I know exactly what that's doing. External LRUs. Not quite sure what that means either. System status. Oh, that's cool. Okay, back. Yeah, so that's pretty much all of the fun buttons that we've pressed so far. Let's just go to the next waypoint, and then I will cut in the video to Kellen, where we'll begin our star. So just I want to show you. So we're now in Sweden, by the way. Just want to show you what it's like whenever we hit a new waypoint. But I tell you guys, I mean, this aircraft is beautiful. Let's just reset my... Let's just actually do some... Let's just lean my mixture. Let's just find my... What? Okay. People texting me, people. Okay, let's just watch my needle come up, and as soon as it reaches its leanest point, it will start going down again, and the leanest point is what we want. Still going up, still going up. Okay, starting to go down, so let's just push my mixture back in, and we'll come down to about 25 to 50 degrees rich of peak. Anywhere there is about fine. Cool. Now I'm just going to do high manifold pressure, low RPM. So about 20,000, maybe slightly more, 21,000 RPM should be fine, and about 20 inches of manifold pressure seems to be okay. Another thing, let me just let me close my cowl flap, since we don't need that at the moment up at this altitude, and our engine temperature should reflect that. Cylinder head temperature is on the gauge fairly low, I guess you could say. All our other temperatures, of course, are in the green. Oil pressure, fuel flow is 10.4. Actually, let's bring that back. I'd rather not have a 10.4 fuel flow, because I'm low on fuel as it is. 8 gallons in either tank. No, yeah, 8 gallons in one tank and 6 in the other. So let's actually just pull back my fuel flow. 9. Pull back to about, 75%. Throttle should be fine. We're getting close to our next waypoint, of course, and this is Sweden, of course. We're looking at now. We have passed out of Norway, which is behind us there on the horizon. We took off from Torp, and this is the channel, and of course up at the end of that channel is Oslo. But look at this, guys. This is just incredible. The beauty of FSX is beautiful. Look at all those rivets. Look at them rivets. So we should be coming close to our next waypoint soon, in which we will... let's actually just take a quick look at the approach planning before we get there, in preparation for an approach. So if we go back, I believe if I go flight plan, is it? No, it's if I go back, procedure, activate vectors to final, not yet. You can activate a missed approach, that's pretty cool, I did that yesterday. Hang on a second, folks. Yep. Let's just have a look and see if we can find waypoint info, maybe? No. I was doing descent. I was doing some descent profile. Anyway, waypoint coming in 1 second. Okay, so the aircraft's going to turn. Yeah, check this out. I'm going to zoom all the way in. Look how exact that line is. Look how well that tracks. And that stays on that path very, very well. And it factors the wind in very nicely as well. I mean, look, it's perfectly holding its altitude, and it's basically it's like a 737 at the moment, folks. That is basically what we've got here. Message. Let's have a look. Airspace entry in less than 10 minutes. We've got another airspace entry alert. Let me just this is what I want to do now, folks. Actually, instead of stopping the video here, if you guys can bear with me for a little bit while further, we've got about 30 nautical miles to our next waypoint. So let's spend this time trying to do some... Oh crap. No, what did I just do? Direct to Kellen. Activate. Okay, I messed that up. Oh, did you guys just see what I did? I messed that up, and let's just go back to hit nav on my GP on my autopilot. Okay, so I basically just messed up my flight plan there slightly, but I was very quickly able to rectify the situation by hitting the direct to button and going direct to Kellen, which is my next waypoint anyway. I'm not exactly sure what I did, but I pressed the OBS button, which seemed to be a bad idea. but that situation was rectified very quickly and smoothly because of the intuitiveness of the unit, which really is beautiful. And now that I'm on this track, let me just DTK 144. Let me just set 144. I believe that's what I should be doing. Like so. I have not done an ILS approach yet in this thing, so that's going to be new. But let's see if I can, let's go menu. Oh, maybe not. Let's see if I can go back to my descent planning, which is what I was doing yesterday with Eric. And he showed me how to do it quickly, and it was exciting, but I've forgotten how to do it. Add waypoint, no. That's our next waypoint message. Airspace in less than 10 minutes, okay. Back. Procedure. Departure, arrival, approach. Activate vectors to final. I don't want to do that yet. I'm not quite sure how that was done. Let me see if I can call Eric again. Let's just call him on Skype. Just Facebook messaged him. Yeah. Just hope he comes along in a second and helps us out. Yeah. I'm doing okay at the moment. I just... Oh. Yep, here he is. Hang on. Okay, I think he should be coming in a minute. He just messaged me. He'll call us. He'll save the day. He always does. He'll instill confidence in me once again. Anyway. Beautiful terrain, by the way. This is FTX Global and FTX Vector 1.2. There we go. Hello. Hello. So, I'm actually recording right now. So say hello to my viewers.
Hello.
Hello, viewers. This is Eric Lund.
Hello, viewers.
I was just going to ask you a question about the 750. How I'm here so far, and I'm flying, and everything's lovely, and all is right with the world. I'm in Sweden, which is scary, but anyway.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yeah. How do I do my vertical descent planning again?
Oh,
Where's that from? The menu? Somewhere in the menu?
Yeah, and then the one with the little picture of the toolbox, the utilities.
Oh, okay.
And then the one on the top left, I think.
Oh, VCALC. Okay. That stumped me. Okay, so target altitude. I don't know. I don't have the approach chart for this place, actually, which is probably not good.
Well, you should have it. Let's see, which...
and I'm coming in the star.
Which runway are you choosing?
I'm coming in the Kelly 1 Tango, which I believe is runway 21.
Okay. Well, let's see. You can runway 21. There is. Let's see, runway 21 there. There's an NDB approach.
I've got the ILS approach, I think. Hang on, let me have a look. Procedures approach, yeah. ILS 21, and my arrival is the Kelly 1 Tango for runway 21. So, yeah. Do you have an ILS plate maybe for ES if you know where that is to pull up?
Yeah. I'm just trying to have a look at it now.
Okay. Did I disturb you from anything, by the way?
No.
All right. Cool.
The thing is, this looks like it's a Cat 2 ILS. That's the only one they have, which is kind of weird. No, they're there. Okay, there we have it. Let's see.
Okay, let me go to utilities. Utilities isn't where I would have thought it was, but anyway. Okay, what's the target altitude for the beginning of the SID, which is
well, not the beginning
Kellen.
of the SID. It's the beginning of the approach.
Okay. That.
What it looks like is, if you've tuned in the approach, which is, or entered it, which is ILS, where it's called VOR DME ILS approach runway 21. Or just ILS runway 21 is what it might be called on the GTN.
Target waypoint. What should my target waypoint for the altitude be? Kellen or Maxiv?
Do you have have you entered in the approach, the ILS?
Yeah, I've got here, shall I just share screens? The frames might drop for a second, but if I hit share screens, start. Okay. My frames will probably drop down a little bit, but you know, it's all for the viewers. I'm sharing screens right now, so this is where I've got. Okay, so select the target for my altitude. I've got FI21, which I believe is or Maxiv.
Because you start the descent at wait, let me go back to the star. Actually, you're doing the Maxiv. Which one?
I'm doing the hang on. I'm doing the Kelly 1 Tango.
Kelly 1 Tango. Let's see.
I should probably have it open on my screen, which would make sense for the viewers, but
yeah. So, but do not have. If you go back to the procedure page.
Okay.
We just need to have a look.
There you go.
And go to approach. And then approach.
ILS 21.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Transition.
Vectors. I had
no,
LAV.
LAV. That's the one you want.
Okay. I wasn't sure on which one to choose, so I didn't choose anything. So I'll just load approach. Yes. I won't hit activate approach yet, I guess.
No.
That comes whenever I'm actually going to fly.
That's when you're cleared the approach, when ATC says cleared approach.
Right. Okay, so let's just zoom over. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so if we go back to utilities and...
No, let's see. Let me refine the ILS plate.
So where's our... what's our target altitude then?
Let's see. Okay,
3,000 maybe?
You have in transition at LAV. Yeah. What you can do is... yeah, you can click on 3,000 feet at LAV.
Cool, there we go. So begin descent in 9 minutes, and we're going to have a vertical speed descent of 600 feet per minute. Cool.
Yep.
Lovely. And it will actually prompt us and tell us when we're descending as well. So, yeah, so I just started about half an hour ago, and we seem to be doing very well. The one thing I did not... I forgot to click, which was bemusing me, was I actually had hit heading select on my autopilot instead of nav. So I hit heading select thinking, oh, I'll just fly runway heading until I climb high enough, and then I'll switch over to GPS and it'll all be fine. And then I realized it wasn't working quite well until I hit nav, and then obviously.
Oh yeah.
But you'll see in the video when you watch it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Low. What did it say? Low fuel, left and right.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. I have gotten like no fuel, but I have 5 gallons in each tank.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Oh, my manifold pressure's quite low. Let's put that on. Oh, actually, why not? Let's pump a little bit more manifold in there. Let's get there a bit faster. Who cares if I burn through 10 gallons an hour? I'm gonna be down in half an hour anyway, so.
Or you can just click shift whatever number and then increase the fuel.
Yeah, if it gets that bad. But I'd like to be able to land without having to do that in the air, because that's like the ultimate sin.
Yeah.
But anyway.
A bit better that maybe than to try to shoot a video and then you crash. Or you run out of fuel, that would suck.
Yeah, my frame rates aren't too bad. It's a little bit jittery with you sharing screens, but
yeah, you can
looks beautiful.
just turn it off if you want.
Okay. Cool. Just turn it off. Cool. Stop sharing screens. But yeah, it does look really beautiful. Sweden looks beautiful.
It's flat. It's very flat.
Apart from being very flat.
It's very flat and it's got a lot of trees.
More trees than Norway?
There's actually a pretty nice grass strip that's pretty much in the middle of Torp and where you're headed now.
Okay.
It's a little grass strip, and you land there, and you can borrow a bike, and then you can bike to this little like thingy, and there's like a restaurant, and it's really nice. Been there once.
You can graphically edit your flight plan.
Yeah.
That is just a bit absurd. That's just like, you can't even do that in an NGX. That's just absurdly good. So, just a brief for the approach then. Let's go and have a look at the. So we're going inbound to basically overhead the runway. Then we're turning up to this waypoint here, and then we're going to turn around and come back again, I guess. That's what that looks like. And then this section here to back to Bravo Alpha Charlie looks to be the missed approach. Okay, so our turn is come. We are now at Kellen, and it's turning again without us actually doing anything. It's turning on the turn right to, what did that say? It said 165 maybe?
I don't know, I can't see.
Yeah. So I said I was gonna cut the video, but it's so much fun. So many fun things are happening that I couldn't be bothered, and they'll just have to watch. You guys will have to watch like an entire hour's worth of fun. It's gonna be really hard. FWP, you know. First world problems. But anyway, yeah. Let's go back and just check our 2 minutes to descent. But it should tell us. It should beep. Display messages. It should tell us when to begin our descent from the map page, as far as I know. So let's just scroll down, and we will start our descent when it tells us to. So that was 3,000 feet.
Hey, what? Oh, okay, yeah.
Come on, 60 seconds. Now I'm just sitting here waiting and wondering if it's going to actually... Yep, message. Approaching vertical profile, start descent.
And remember also that that descent path is based on the ground speed you have now, so try to maintain about that ground speed.
Okay. Yep, start descent. I am starting my descent. So about 140 knots ground speed. Yep, lovely. So let's just pull back slightly. Let's see if we can maintain 140 GS. So now that we're in our descent, let's actually just have a look at our checklists to see if we've forgotten something, because I always forget my checklists. That's what I'm notorious for. Descent, power as desired, mixture, enrichen as required. Wait, I've just found a typo. Mixture,
Really?
enrichen as required. I'm pretty sure enrichen isn't quite the way you're supposed to say it, but anyway. Cowl flaps closed, altimeter set. We're still...
Also,
yeah.
when it says cowl flaps closed and do all that stuff, when it says stuff like cowl flaps, just...
Cowl flaps are closed, but yeah.
Yeah, but just don't do it just because the checklist tells you to. Actually look at the cylinder at temperature and change it accordingly.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, good point. Nav, GPS switch set. Yeah, pretty much we're still on GPS. Wing flaps as desired. But we don't need wing flaps as of yet. But we will later. So that's the descent checklist. And we are all pretty much set for the descent. So yeah, it's really nice actually descending at 124 knots when we cruise at 124 knots. It's like in a jet you're so used to pulling the engines like right the way back and then just gliding down in a controlled way, but in a prop you're actually, I suppose the engine is still producing power. I want to set the ILS frequency. Do you have that perchance?
What frequency?
The ILS frequency, just so we can get the DME.
It's 108.5. Well, from out here, you're not going to get accurate DME rating because it's because that's based on the localizer. If you want DME from your current position, it's better to use the VOR, and that's 114.6.
Okay, I'm good actually because I've got the distance.
Yeah.
On the GPS, it's just I wanted to put in the ILS frequency in the DME just so that I had that set up and ready. But apart from that, we're all good. Or actually, our ground speed is bang on 140. That is uncannily good.
Good.
Okay. It's still pinging me to say start my descent, which I kind of am already descending, but that's okay. Just zoom out. Yeah, so yeah, that looks pretty cool. I like that. And I like how I can click all the buttons the buttons are nice and big, so you can actually click them from your cockpit view without actually having it in as a 2D panel, which is cool. You can play music as well, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I've seen trees that are green, red and purple too.
Sorry if I seem a bit distant, but I'm doing some questions while I'm talking to you.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Ba, 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 ba. Anyway.
Is it like a country version of that song?
No.
You sound a bit country-ish.
Do I? See if I remember any country songs from the old days when I used to live in the States. Let me think.
Did you have a really American accent?
No, I didn't pick up really an American accent when I was over there.
Oh.
I picked up more the way they speak as opposed to how they like the actual accent.
Pronounce, yeah.
Yeah, the way they pronounce words is probably what I've picked up the most. But yeah, let me see what country music did we have. Let's put on some country music. You know what?
Oh God.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it.
See what have we got? Some good stuff here.
Do you have like an album or like a playlist of like 4,000 country songs? Peter Mathis's Country Goodness playlist.
I probably can't. Actually, no. I shouldn't play that because then I couldn't copyright. I couldn't put my video on YouTube. I might have copyright issues. But I will link in the description, folks, to the song that I was just beginning to play, just so that you can get the. Okay, guys, pause this video right now. Click on the link on the description below, on the YouTube link, and listen to that song along with this video right now, so you can get the experience of what I am trying to tell you. That's how it's done, boys. That's how it's done.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
That's how it's done. Yeah.
Oh, that was an easy question.
What was that?
You can probably answer this too. Which statement about the effect on drag of removing external tip tanks from the wings of an aircraft is correct? Parasite drag decreases. Is that incorrect or correct? Induced drag decreases. Correct or incorrect?
The second one.
Wait, what? Oh,
Wait, no.
The second one.
That's okay. The first one actually, because it's the parasite drag is the drag created by the fuel tanks. Yeah.
Parasite drag is.
I've never heard of it, but I'm just logically thinking that's probably what it sounds like it is.
Okay. Well, parasite drag is pretty much just a drag you get from surface moving through the air. Induced drag is a bifactor of lift. So, for example, wingtip vortices is a factor of wingtip vortices is what kind of produces induced drag.
Right.
So when you put external tip tanks, have you seen external tip tanks, like the big tanks that are on the tip of the wing?
Yeah, I've seen those.
They kind of work like a winglet.
Oh.
So you get less wingtip vortices. So when you put them on, you get less induced drag, but you get more parasite drag because there's more mass moving through the air.
I see.
Or more surface moving through the air.
Yeah. But then you get more fuel efficiency because you got more fuel, and therefore you can go further. So that kind of factors in as well, I guess, in terms of the overall fuel efficiency. But
if you're gonna go in depth, I mean, it's probably a very complicated. I'm not a aeronautical engineer, so.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah. So this guy, folks watching, this guy knows what he's talking about. This Eric Lund chap, he's learning all this grown-up aviation stuff, which I don't have to learn.
Well, it feels like I don't know anything, at least.
Yeah. He knows a lot more than I do, but yeah.
It's like the more you...
That's the kind of thing you need to know in real life. I don't know. Well, actually...
In aviation, or probably in most things in life, but especially, or I can at least relate to it in aviation, the more you learn about it, the more stupid you feel, actually. Because you understand that there's so much more to what you actually know. And you start to understand that picture.
That gives you an idea, folks, of how stupid I feel generally when I do this. I don't feel stupid at all. I'm just like, yeah, check me.
I was there. I remember back when I was 12, rocking the default 737, flying some missions and
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
some
yeah,
engine
yeah.
failures.
And you were like, yeah, I got this.
I remember that, like, the big goal when I was 12 years old, like the goal in my life was like to just complete all the missions on Flight 1 FSX, like the default missions.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
like the big thing.
That was the thing. That was
And
like the way that you became. That was like your passage into manhood
oh yeah.
was doing that.
And have you done any of those missions?
Yeah, I did a few of them. Yeah.
There is one that's like the expert level. It's where you do a ILS approach into Singapore during the monsoon season, and there's like
Oh,
very
in a
little visibility.
747.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember that.
I did that one, but that
That's
was
pretty crazy.
I think I was 11 or 12 when I first tried it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what an ILS was. So the way I managed to succeed that mission was you just dive down, so you're like just a couple of feet off the ground, so you just see the ground, and then you pull up the default GPS thing, Shift 3, and then you just like follow like 10 feet off the ground all the way to the airport and land.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Yeah. That's how it's done.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm getting close to my
There's no
my
call-outs
turn.
there or procedures or anything.
No, it's just I'm going manual.
Oh, you know about that.
I know all about that. Yeah.
Good old Dash.
Yep.
You didn't go manual with the 737 though, so that was good.
No, I just disconnected because I almost crashed into another aircraft.
Yeah, but you didn't go manual.
No, but
So
still.
it was, in some respect, it was a success.
Yeah. Okay, so I've just levelled out at 3,000, very comfortably just before the airport here. So the descent planning worked very well, or seemed to work very well. And we're going to turn to the left onto our course, and we're going to go turn around and come back on the ILS for this runway. So
Just for the record, I have no idea of what's going on since I can't see anything.
Yeah. We won't hold you accountable for if I crash the aircraft or anything.
No, I have faith. I believe.
Okay, 18 degrees. What's MM when it flashes?
Middle marker.
Ah, that's that thing up there. Oh, sweet.
It's flashes in amber, like orange.
Uh-huh.
And if you get the oral sound,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be continuous dots and dashes.
Okay. And folks, if you're watching here, it looks actually like we might be following that dotted line, that dotted arrow, and then that turn to come back. It looks similar to the Jersey non-precision approach I did, but I did that all manually as opposed to this. This is great because it just follows the line and you don't have to do anything. So, okay, so 1085 you said was the...
Yeah, the ILS. At least it is now. I don't know what kind of map data you have. Data.
Okay, hang on a second. Landing runway. Does PFPX give me that information? I bet you it doesn't. No, it doesn't give me the frequency. Fine, whatever. Okay, you can see my turn is starting on the plan. That's very nice. So I'm going to pull up plan G very quickly so that I can get the approach the approach frequency, which is 1085, which is what Eric said, which is what I've put into my DME, but it's not.
Well, if you're still
the
offset, I mean, it only gives correct DME, or even at all gives only a DME reading within the localizer area. So
okay.
it's not going to give you. It's not like a reading DME from a VOR. It's not going to work in the same way. It will only show you the correct distance when you're actually on the localizer.
Okay.
Or within the the coverage area.
2.1 ILS 2.1. What do you know what the if you've still got that if you've still got that chart up, do you know what the true heading of the runway is?
You mean the inbound course?
Yeah.
That is 205.
205, okay. Let's just set that. So, if I've set ILS in my nav in my GPS, do I actually have to swap over to nav at all for the ILS, or does
yes.
Okay,
yes.
So I do actually have to swap over to that. Oh, I know. Okay, I need to get that in nav 1. Actually, 108.8. What is that? 108.5. Okay, so yeah, 108.5 is in my nav source. Is in my nav 1 active, which is. So I suppose I'm making my final turn onto the localizer now. So at a certain point, I could hit nav, swap over from GPS to nav source.
Yeah, when you're inbound, or when you're starting to intercept it, you can switch it over to nav.
Let's switch it over now, actually. Okay, now you've seen the switch, folks, from GPS to nav, and you can see my HSI needle has changed, and my glide slope indicators have now come in, and we are thankfully below glide, and we should be running onto the. Yeah, we should be getting onto the localizer now.
Now, on this approach, you have one what's called a hard altitude, which is or no, sorry, not a hard altitude. For non-precision. It's a glide slope check.
Okay.
That's what it's called, a glide slope check. So it says here that the glide slope check is at 3 DME, and when you're 3 DME, you're supposed to be at 1,160 feet.
Okay, that's really weird. My NDB still hasn't worked.
NDB.
Sorry, my DME. Sorry, duh. I'll just select another DME function key. Huh. Yeah, my DME. Oh well, I've got it on my nav. That's fine. Okay, so I'm still trying to attack the. I'm still trying to attach the localizer. I overshot slightly, but that should be okay. We should. I'm gonna hit up the approach button on. Yep. Actually, folks, I'm just going to hit heading because we need to.
Did you remember flaps 10?
Nope. I need to bring my mixture rich propeller 2400 RPM. Airspeed. Okay, before landing, pilot and passenger seats, seatback. Fuel selector valve both, mixture rich, propeller high RPM, landing lights on, autopilot off. Well, my autopilot is landing lights going on. Cool, so it's capturing the glide slope, and the localizer, it hasn't captured the localizer. I'm still weaving left to right, but that is becoming less, and boom, it looks like, yeah, now we've kind of locked onto the localizer now. shouldn't be that much more of a problem. That was a bit of a sloppy localizer interception. Yeah, very sloppy localizer interception. But I could have done that by going to heading mode first and then feeding myself in at a roughly 45-degree angle, which would have been smoother, instead of just going straight from GPS to nav and just hoping that it would sort itself out.
Or the way we do it in
flaps 10.
pretty much all GA IFR flying, which is manual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a very weirdly shaped lake, but anyway. Okay, so DME. I'm DME 07. Sorry, what was your distance 3?
Glide slope check is distance 3 from.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, it's actually distance 3 from the VOR. So you have to tune in 1146 on your DME thing.
What frequency?
114.6.
On 146. Yep, 4.4.
Okay, so at 3 you want to be at 1160 because I didn't.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah. It looks like all the distances here are based on the VOR, so.
Okay, so distance 3 at what was that again? 11 something?
1160.
1160. .7, 3.6, 3.5. Got about 200 feet to go. And it still hasn't perfectly caught my localizer, but
as long as you're within half scale.
Oh yeah, I'm within half scale. 3.2, 3.1. Ready. Boom! 1170.
Yep.
That's very good. Okay, my minimums, I'm not sure what they are, but it looks like I'm close.
They are 760.
760? Wow.
760.
Oh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
My QNH may not be perfect, though.
Click on B, then.
No, my QNH was spot on. So I just pulled out my autopilot, but that's okay, because I can just do the rest of this approach in manual. Okay. Just going to notch in 20 degrees flaps as I come down. Adjust my trim. And then I'll just watch the PAPI lights. I'm slightly above. And so, I mean, you saw there, folks, the approach, I mean, the localizer weaved around a bit, but all in all, that approach was solid. And if I did it again and I corrected for, I took the localizer into consideration, I'm confident that I'd be able to pull off that approach in zero visibility very well and very solid. So it's a great tool, this 750. And as you can see, it's just said, do I want to activate the missed approach? And I don't, of course, but I have no time to. Let's see if I can get that stall warning horn to go. Come on, stall warning horn.
If you don't want to.
Make yourself heard. I'm just floating above the runway.
Floaty.
Oh, okay, no, it didn't want to make a sound. That's okay. That's okay. Next time. Okay. Remain suspended. Back. Let's keep on. So, folks, thank you very much for joining me on this flight from Torp to Gothenburg. This IFR flight offline, just to introduce the Flight1 GTN 750.
Which you were happy about?
I am very happy about. I am very happy about indeed. I'm really looking forward to more IFR ops in this aircraft with this setup
In my opinion,
on
the
VATSIM.
GTN 750 kind of changes the game, if you will. It just
It
opens
does.
up
It
to a whole
does.
new.
It opens up a lot more than what I could do with steam gauges.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm very glad. I'm very glad that I've stuck with steam gauges this long,
Yeah.
because it's given me an appreciation for the routes. And now that I'm using a GPS as complex as this, now I can fully appreciate it, and it's a lot more fun, I think. And every time to the dash and the NGX, I'm gonna be like, wow, this is an amazing aircraft. Not because, well, it is an amazing aircraft, but because I think going back to the roots, I'm just gonna open my cowl flap, going back to the roots and learning the roots and sticking with the basics for a while has really paid off.
Hmm.
And so now that I'm in this aircraft with this avionics suite, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Hmm.
So I think people who not that there's anything wrong with this, but I think that people who, you know, buy FSX and they install the NGX and they fly the NGX and nothing else, they really are missing out on a lot of things that people, I suppose, might not take the time to learn. A lot of the background theory and stuff. You know, and all they're used to is the magenta line and flying ILS, you know, full autopilot landings and this and that, and when that's whereas that's fun. Yeah, there's no problem. That, I mean, I enjoy that whenever I don't like almost destroy myself on VATSIM. There's just so much more that will deepen your skill level. I mean, we're here to learn. I mean, that's the fun of it, really, is that we're actually learning something that's happening in real life all around us. And we don't have enough money to go and do it in real life, maybe, or we don't have the time, or we don't want to do it in real life, but we can do it. We can practically do it in here for a fraction of the price.
Hmm.
We just get branded as antisocial introverts or gaming geeks. It's quite funny. My housemates must think I'm some proper nerd for finding it exciting to fly an aircraft on a screen from one place to another. But anyway, we don't do it to be popular.
It's like hardcore Euro Truck Simulator people.
Yeah.
Actually, the Euro Truck Simulator is kind of fun. I've tried it a little,
Yeah.
like barely.
So there we go, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna go fill my fuel tanks now. But thank you very much, Eric, for joining us,
Yeah, my pleasure.
and we will talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.